doctor work for 9 months, 16 months, 19 months without getting paid.
So you see how much kidnappers are taking from victims.
My bill is government should all the stakeholders in that sector, they need to be spoken to, and we sit together and appeal to them. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So it is support that is needed. And once you get the support, your airlines will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning. It's the last edition of Inside Nigeria for the week. My name is Bode Gbadebo, and as usual, I'm with my regular co-host, Winifred Obebo. Winifred, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome viewers to our last Inside Nigeria for the week.
Exactly. And you know, of course, there are many issues inside Nigeria today to be discussed. All right.
The grand award ceremony we had yesterday.
Of course, a lot to discuss. It's on the front page. All right, our analyst with us is our regular analyst with us here, Jide Ojo. Jide Ojo is an Abuja-based public affairs analyst and a syndicated columnist. Good morning, Jide.
It's a pleasure. Good morning. Congratulations on your leadership award
and conference
ceremony yesterday.
Thank you.
That was a huge success.
Exactly. We hosted the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, SAN, 3 governors or 4.
Yes.
Foremost national ruler, the Sultan of Sokoto, was the chair of the occasion. And of course, the discussion today majorly will come from that event. Viewers, as usual, we are starting with Nigeria's first Friday newspaper, the Leadership Friday. On the front page of Leadership Friday, at the Leadership Conference and Awards, Osinbajo Sultan orders profile solutions to security challenges. At the Leadership Conference and Awards, Osinbajo Sultan orders profile solutions to security challenges. And of course, there are many riders to this story. Elite promoting insecurity in Nigeria, according to the Vice President. God did not make mistake bringing us together, Sultan of Sokoto. African Development Bank Special Fund coming for Nigeria, orders, according to the President of the FDP, Dr. Akiwumi Adesina. Sanwo-Olu, Abdulrazak Abaseki, Wike Mustafa, others Lord Awards, once in Daiza's legacy sustained. And of course, the last rider, the vision started in our bedroom. This is according to the chairman of the Leadership Media Group, Mrs. Zainab Inda Isaiah. A potpourri of stories on the front page of Leadership.
I think first, again, congratulations on Leadership Award ceremony yesterday. It was a huge success as well, followed through on social media. And, there is no other greater, better trending stories than the issue of security and insecurity. And, the Vice President is not saying anything new by saying that elite are promoting insecurity in Nigeria. All the places where we've been finding acts of insecurity, people have been living in those communities for hundreds of years. Why do we turn against one another in this 21st century? Many of these issues of insecurity are something less than a decade ago. But Nigeria has been in existence even before the advent of Lord Lugard or even the colonialism. We were told historically that this place called Nigeria there was slave trade for over 300 years and then hundreds of years of colonialism. So why are we witnessing this kind of insecurity? Even when we had the civil war of 3 years, 1967 to 70, the level of insecurity thereafter, despite the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, was not this huge. It wasn't much of a challenge then, even though people will say that was the beginning of armed robbery, kidnapping, and all of that in the 70s. But then, we do know that in a period in time in Nigeria, we could travel night. When I was doing my youth service in the 90s, I was traveling from Ibadan, Lagos to Asaba by Good Morning Onitsha, Good Morning Asaba. But today, you are like on suicide mission. So why is that? So I agree with him that elite is the one promoting insecurity, peradventure for political reasons. We do know also, and has been admitted by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, that politicians actually have their loyalists talks ahead of every election, and after the election they are not able to withdraw the arms and ammunition, and these boys use it to fend for themselves, and that's why you have a worsening insecurity in Nigeria. I agree with the Sultan too that God did not make a mistake bringing us together. If he wanted every one of us to be in US, he would have so created us. If he want all of us to be in Australia, that's another place we could have all been. But in his own wisdom, he created us so that we can feel the universe. And it is for us to now work together to find solution to our common challenge, irrespective of tribe, religion, or class. Because issue of security or insecurity affects both the have and the have-nots, the mighty and the commoner. And it is good to note what the leadership chairman said, that the vision started in their bedroom. The other room is very important. That's where ideas are incubated. That's where breakthroughs, innovations sometimes comes from, either when you are asleep or when you are having a tete-a-tete. And that is why it's good to note that what started in the bedroom has become a global brand. And I really do want to congratulate you once again. It is heartwarming me also to have Dr. Adesina Akiwumi saying that special fund will be coming to Nigeria and other African countries. But again, our problem is not that of resources, it's application of those resources.
Yeah.
I do not believe that we should continually throw money at problems. Let's be innovative, let's be creative. Look at what the expose that came last week Thursday, that an NDDC has received a total sum of 6 trillion naira. Assuming without considering that the cashback amount may not be that huge, how come that an interventionist agency that has been so resourced, it has failed signally to deliver on its mandate? So much so that we now have 13,777, uncompleted or abandoned projects. So I believe that much as
the money collected upfront,
people get 90% mobilization fee,
yes,
not a shovel of sand or gravel on the plot where they are supposed to construct road, build hospitals or schools. So what we are saying invariably is that yes, more funds are coming, we welcome more resources, but we are more concerned in the media and civil society. We are more concerned about the application of those resources. How judicious are we using our resources?
All right, thank you very much, Jide. But then we are talking about the vice president saying the elite are behind the insecurity in Nigeria. Are you not worried that, yes, we keep hearing this, but we don't know who are these people particularly?
Well, it's not as if we don't know. The government knows. But there are some people that are, because of their larger than life image, you cannot just unpick them.
and the president also said it earlier that it was the elite that was promoting.
No. We all know that is the elite. I just gave you instance. People run election, they buy in ammunition, they give it to their boys to say, look, go and disrupt the campaign of the other person. Is it a poor man that will go and buy ammunition for people? They are the elite. So, and if you look at it, ahead of every election, there is always this issue of, massive proliferation of small arms and light weapons. But it's not only that. Elites do things for different reasons. There was insinuation to the fact that PDP alleged that APC promoted insecurity in order to demarket the party and its achievement. I don't know whether you heard that.
Yes, yeah.
That they sponsor terrorism, in fact, it was alleged by PDP then that the abduction that took place in 2014 of Chibok girls was masterminded by the elements in APC. For whatever reason, it's part of strategy that sometimes elites use to win elections. But it goes beyond that. I don't know if you can Google this information. I read on the 1st of May 2018 or thereabout, former chairman of EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, did say that there are governors who are actually promoting security in their state. For what reason? Because they want to justify the collection of security votes. And in fact, ask for more. Did you know that a state, small state like Abia State, when Odius Okalo and the former governor, Ochendo, who is now a senator, when they were the governor in Abia State, they were collecting 500 million as security votes every month. That's not annually, every month. And I'm sure the amount they are collecting now is far higher than that. So sometimes elites do things for different reasons. So you just look at your state as being very peaceful, and people are saying, oh, we don't want you to collect security. So you just go and kill 1 or 2 people. And then the media will say, hey, then you say, you see now, you see why I need more money to fight. Because you look at it, $1 billion extra budgetary spending was made available to Nigerian defense and security sector in December of 2017. It was from that $1 billion that they bought, as at that time they told us, 12 Super Tucano aircraft, where they paid $496 million. Now we are just hearing that they paid actually 500 million for 6 Super Tucano. Okay, that was out of $1 billion. What has happened to the balance of $500 million? We are talking of dollars. If you do the math, that is even an extra budgetary spending. Today, people will tell you, analysts will tell you, that even the military does not want insurgency and insecurity to end. You know, it sounds funny, yes, but you know, it has become the only part of some people.
Yes, it is. You know, people catching on every situation. I remember also when polio virus was thriving, many people did not want polio to end because they were benefiting.
Getting the foreign donations and all of that.
Even budgetary allocation to polio eradication then was so high.
Even fighting of HIV. Yes. Didn't you see how global Global Fund suspended Nigeria for not being able to account for the amount of money that was channeled to them to fight HIV. Right. So in all ramifications, you just see that our problem in Nigeria are the elite. Yes, it's not every look at COVID-19. Look at how much has gone into the fight against COVID-19.
What about Ebola outbreak then? How much? That's not situations.
No, even Ebola did not afflict us this much. COVID-19, if you see how many millionaires COVID-19 has produced in terms of procurement, you know, and because of the insurgency, we need this, we need that,
Yes.
So you
just NDDC alone that they appropriated funds to themselves.
13 point something billion for palliative.
Most of them took 500 million just each.
That is what we are saying. That the elite. I'm just speaking to this rider. That elite is the problem of Nigeria. It's not ordinary citizen like me or you or my brother Ashwaju that will have the audacity to commit that kind of infraction. You know, in my column in the Punch, was it last week or last 2 weeks, I did a write-up on the expose by the Auditor General of Nigeria that 4.7 trillion naira could not be accounted for by MDAs in Nigeria. Ministries, departments, and agencies cannot account for 4.7 trillion in 2019. That's under this administration. So, when you look at all of this as a total package, you know that we are done for. Unless we have elite consensus to stop. See, when the elite says enough is enough, if they want to stop insecurity today, they just need to speak to themselves. And it will be done.
So, I think 2 things are very, very clear here. Corruption is at the basis of insecurity.
Corruption is...
And at the end of the day, you may not be able to separate government from the elite. And so if government wants solution to insecurity, it knows where to go.
and somebody, a couple of people have actually given them expo to say that we have names of who are some of the people who are promoting insecurity. Why didn't they debrief those people? Even Shegumi, that you have the opportunity to interview, has it not said, came out clearly that some security agencies are actually complicit in the fight, in undermining the fight against insecurity? I don't know whether I'm making sense,
Well,
but that's my own belief.
There should be end to return.
So it's for the leaders whose box, it's the box stops at the president's table. They cannot be lamenting like you and I are doing. They have names. Security reports are given to them on daily basis. Let them apprehend these people. At least if you make a scapegoat of even 10,
exactly,
you don't have to arrest. If there are 100, don't go for all of the 100 at the same time. Just pick 10 and let them have their days in court. By the time you do that, everybody will fall in line. But the moment you make it political, oh, he's a member of our party, we don't want to get people to talk negatively that we are the one that, you know, the moment you start minding who sucks is God, you won't achieve anything. And this is the best time for the Mr. President to demonstrate the political will to end insecurity and corruption in Nigeria, because it's not coming back. So there is no third time for him. And this is the time, he's already in the twilight of his life. I'm not wishing him bad, but he cannot live up to his age, a double of his age now. He's already 74, 75. So he cannot live another 75 years. So let him leave a lasting legacy. All those people whose name as featured in security report as fomenting trouble, promoting insecurity, have undermined. Please pull them out, weed them out, let them have their days in court. If it's military tribunal, they will be asked to face. Let them, and you don't have to kill all of them. Okay, give us names and interdict. At least from whatever you are able to do, the moment they see that it's no longer business as usual, others will fall in line. But the moment you allow political expediency to override the national security, and you allow this elite to continue to run rings around you, around your government, then you are as guilty as charged.
All right, Winifred, we need to talk about business and the economy, and of course the national economy.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ojo, for that. We move over to national economy, Bode. And national economy has a major front page story today. Investable space in Nigeria, orders shrinking due to insecurity. Additional. Investable space in Nigeria, orders shrinking due to insecurity. That is from Additional.
Nigeria, this is a story also from the annual leadership conference and award. Yesterday, the president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Atomi Adesina, through a video message to the conference, actually delivered a message trying to tell us that insecurity is a threat to investment in Nigeria. Also, at the same in the same message, he unveiled some packages that will be coming to Nigeria, which we just discussed earlier on the front page of our leadership Friday. Now, I know you cannot agree less with this statement that investment insecurity is a threat to investment and other things. So I don't know if you have a take on this.
No. I mean, it's even to the blind. It's clear that where you have insecurity, you cannot have growth and development. Because, like you said, investable space. What do we mean by investable space? The places where you can invest. Foreign investors will not bring their money into an unstable environment. Do you know what is thriving most in Nigeria today? Armored personnel carrier, tainted vehicles, bulletproof doors, bulletproof vehicles. That's security gadgets. That's where you can, that those who are smiling to the banks coming to Nigeria, because the elite wants to protect themselves. So they go for all these bullets. Most are ahead of every election. But what about other areas like agriculture? Now tell me, who will want to come and invest in our agriculture or solid mineral? These are things that are not done in urban centers. If you want to mine coal, you want to mine limestone, you want to look at where Dangote has Obajano cement factory. Is it in the urban center? Now, if his workers are daily kidnapped,
That's the end of that business.
end of that business. If his trucks are being set ablaze, look at what happened in is it Southeast this week, early this week on Monday. And I read that a trailer load of spare parts belonging to an Igbo trader came in, but because of IPOB sit at home,
Okay, yeah.
they burnt down the trailer and the goods, or to enforce sit at home. Now, that's somebody's investment down the drain. Do you know what it means? A spare parts, a truckload of spare parts.
As millions of naira.
Even the owner, the owner may not be the owner of the truck.
Okay, that's it.
So double jeopardy. And so if there is no comprehensive insurance on that truck, how will he recover? So when you have insecurity, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, insurgency, abduction for political reasons, you cannot expect foreign direct investment. What has been happening sustainably over the 2-3 years in Nigeria is divestment. People are selling off their shares, they are selling off their investment and going to Ghana, going to Togo, going to other countries because of peace in those environments. So that is why we must do everything humanly possible to restore normalcy in Nigeria. Because if there's no peace, no security, there can be no investment. Investors are watching, they are monitoring what is happening through different platforms. They are daily on news, they are getting briefing, and what is trending in the international media about Nigeria, insecurity. I was watching CNN yesterday, they were highlighting the shutdown of telecommunication masts in Zamfara and all of that. So if you are an investor that is thinking of looking at the population size of Nigeria, wanting to come and invest in Nigeria, and you hear that schools, there is mass adoption of schools, there is people on the roads are being waylaid and abducted and all of that. Won't you think twice that will my investment be safe in this country? When our own citizens are daily besieging embassies for visa. Look at what has happened with our health sector. This is the 7th or 8th week that the doctors have been on strike. And you see how Saudi Arabia has come to recruit some of our best brains, consultants and senior doctors. Now, I read interview of why some of them said they are leaving. It's partly because of insecurity. Because now doctors are being abducted like snails, even from their hospitals. And they are taken into the bush to become medical doctors to bandits and their victims. So they abduct nurses, they abduct medical doctors, so that they when they have gunshot wound, they will be the ones to attend to them. So in the bush. So when even there have been instances where they abduct doctors to collect ransom from them. So when you are working in an insecure environment, you will think twice. So what we are saying, Dr. Adesina's message resonates with me, that it goes without saying that we need to shore up our security. We need to improve considerably on our security. The day the Niger State governor made that statement that Boko Haram has started to hoist flags in about 50 communities in Niger State, I said, I hope Abuja, and he won. He said, look, Abuja, beware, don't think you are safe. You are just 2 hours away from us. If they are already doing it in Niger and we feel unconcerned, the day they will move to Abuja, maybe only Asoro will be saved. And that's why it's better to err on the side of caution. Let's make this country livable. Let the president, enough of meeting with service chiefs all the time. We need to see the fruit of those meetings. Let there be a intergovernmental solution. Make your governors to be part of the solution. They are the chief security officer of their state. Make your traditional rulers part of the solution. Although I learned in Zamfara that some district heads and some emirs are actually aiding and abetting bandits to even attack their people. And some of them have been removed, some have been suspended. It's available online. So situations where our community leaders, our traditional rulers are also part of the problem, then we need to look for solution elsewhere.
Even here in the FCT, I read one traditional ruler was actually also suspended
Because of aiding and abetting
yes.
Insecurity. So it's either we collectively fight insecurity or we perish as a fool. And the buck stops at the table of the president, the governors, the local government chairperson. Those are the three layers of executive powers, and they need to do everything. Yeah, if they can work collaboratively, I believe that insecurity problem is not insurmountable. It is actually surmountable. We can overcome it, but then we must work collaboratively.
And political will too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jide, it's also important. I tell you that Akim Adishino was a joint winner of our Leadership Person of the Year 2020, given his leadership qualities at the African.
That's quite meritorious.
Yeah, making Nigeria proud.
It is meritorious award. Dr. Additional is coming to serve as Minister of Agriculture and later on becoming the African Development Bank President. Has been making Nigerian proud. He has revolutionized agriculture in Nigeria.
Exactly.
And his tenure, in fact, first tenure as the President of African Development Bank, witnessed unprecedented achievement. So much so that everybody was like, wow, this man, as if there was no president of AFDB before him, because all the indicators was just pointing north in terms of the amount of resources he was able to garner, the impact he was able to make, and that's why his nomination for the appointment was unanimous, even after he was indicted by the US under Donald Trump, and they want someone from South Korea to be not South Korea. Donald Trump stood against him. They set up a committee of ethics to investigate all the allegations of abuse. It came out tough. US said they didn't agree. They set up another one. They said this man is without guilt. And at the end of the day, he won his reappointment unanimously.
That was one more reason why leadership nomination.
That's why I say it's meritorious.
All right, viewers out there, we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we shall continue dissecting front page stories on some Nigerian Daily this morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria here at the Leadership Podcast Studio, and we are still with our analyst Jide Ojo, an Abuja-based public affairs analyst and syndicated columnist, and with my regular co-host Winifred Ogebo. And of course, we're going to the next newspaper on our menu this morning, THISDAY newspaper. On the front page of THISDAY, Buhari in Imo says it's unthinkable that any Igbo man would want to exit Nigeria. Buhari in Imo says it's unthinkable that any Igbo man will want to exit Nigeria. Jide, I don't know why the president have to think that it's unthinkable for an Igbo man to want to break away from Nigeria. I think this is only possible when there is justice, fairness, and equity. But in the thinking of the president, maybe he has delivered all.
Anyway, the answers are in the riders. They said
he wants to be remembered for stabilizing nation security and economy, and I don't think we are there yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Reiterate commitment to completing the second Niger Bridge, other projects in the southeast. Promises credible election in 2023. Ohaneze, Indigo, demand equity, justice, fairness for all citizens, says Indigo, and most federating people in Nigeria. Of course,
Exactly.
we find them everywhere.
Exactly.
Like the Yorubas.
You see, the last rider there is why the presidents think it is unthinkable.
But do we have this
No.
situation?
You understand? It's like you people are all over the space, and you want to leave. So because they are the most federating people in Nigeria, But you see, Ohaneze has said it all. Equity, justice, and fair play. That's what is needed. And I think the president needs to understand that it's not only in that body language. We all have body languages. He says something, he's doing something else. People are asking for self-determination. Have you interrogated why they want self-determination?
Exactly.
Okay, here you are. There are 4 spaces. We said sack your service chiefs. They have outlived their usefulness. You remove them. 4 of them. You remove also later the Inspector General of Police, making 5. There is no one single Igbo man among those who replaced those people. And you thought it is nothing, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. Because the Constitution says that you must reflect federal character in your appointment. It's a constitutional provision. You cannot sidestep it. And that's what Ohaneze Ndigbo is talking about. Equity, justice, and fair play. If you list all the security agencies in Nigeria, the best they have given the Igbos are PPRO. It's an Igbo man that is PPRO of DSS. It's an Igbo man that is PPRO of police. It's an Igbo man that is PPRO of military, army.
The army
Yeah.
and the DHQ.
Is that what they are best at?
They'll tell you that Minister of Defense, Irabo.
Irabo is from
Chief
Agbo.
of
He's
Defense
from
Staff.
South. He's from Agbo in Delta State. You cannot extrapolate because it's an Agbo is Delta Igbo. We call them Delta. I served in Delta, so I know where Agbo is. Agbo is on your way from Benin. If you are coming to Asaba from Benin, that's you. Agbo. There's this place where they sell plantain. Is it Ubuluku or somewhere? No, Seluku is where our camp was. It's also those parts are the class Delta Igbo.
Yes.
You know, Asaba, Iseluku, Ibuzo, Ogwashuku, down to Agbo. Down, so they are regarded as Delta Igbo. But you cannot be saying that. It's like when you say Amechi, Chibika Amechi is an Igbo man, but it's in Rivers. Do you get it? Out of the 5 states of the Southeast, so you can't find somebody. You cannot extrapolate that because Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Ebele is an Igbo name. You will not say the Igbos have served because he bears an Igbo name, or Chibika Amechi bears an Igbo name. The point is that at least it is expected that you will find at least one of them worthy of being appointed into the security network of Nigeria. You cannot, if you list all the security chiefs in Nigeria, 80% are from the north.
Yes.
Only 20% are from South, and Southwest. Southeast is not even represented at all. And that is where it starts. You know, even if it's just for bragging rights, Winifred, if it's only for bragging rights, give them that sense of belonging.
Yes.
So, and I'm not an Igbo man, but I have said I'm in support of Igbo presidency for 2023. And already, I was here the other day, we were talking of the North Central wanting to produce the next president. I said it won't work. It won't work because there is an unwritten rule that power will shift from the north to the south after every 8 years. Now, the Southwest has done on behalf of the South. Now on behalf of the Southwest, Obasanjo started in 1999. Yes. Then it moved to Northwest. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Of course, unfortunately, I wish he lived longer than he did, because that was a gentleman and an impactful leader. That's Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. For what he did in those few years he was president, and what he was able to do when he was governor of Katsina State. There was no banditry. He developed that state so much so that the president was impressed. I mean, President Olusegun Obasanjo was so impressed that he even brought him when he was unwilling to even contest for any
And
other
it was a
political.
Fulani
It
man.
was a Fulani man, but
There was
everybody, no
against
sentiment.
Fulani,
It was even the one that gave the South amnesty in
Yes.
2009, if you recall.
Yes.
It was the one that gave them amnesty. So what we are saying is that if you are now saying that Igbos are not good enough to be president, you cannot earn their trust. The whole sentiments of self-determination is costly for them to say they want to exit Nigeria because they are going to be landlocked. They will be like Lesotho. They don't have access to the sea. They are not able to persuade the South to go along with them. And they can't have access to the sea. That would be a minor disadvantage. They are the ones that import container most. They are the ones that are trading most. But at least for the weight of that statement that they want out of Nigeria, you should interrogate that and deliver. It's not just to say, I've promised I will deliver on Second Niger Bridge. Does Second Niger Bridge give you food on your table?
It doesn't.
Even when you have done the bridge, what about the link roads? The link roads. I've been to Southeast this year. I've been to Owerri. I've been to Enugu. I've been to which other state was I this year? And I know that the road network is nothing to write home about. If you see some of the social media pictures of Aba, the Aba town, which is the industrial hub of Abia State, is impassable. And many of these roads are truncated roads, which belongs to the federal government. But we play politics of if you don't belong to my party, you don't get my attention. Did you hear when Ayade crossed over to APC? What did he say? He said he wants to connect to the center. Because Cross River no longer have oil, he has no resources, he has so much ambitious plans, and he felt the only way he can connect to get attention to develop his state is by joining the ruling party. Of course, it doesn't work in all cases. I have been to Kogi State here last month. I know the pilot state of infrastructure in that state. So what we are saying invariably is that equity, justice, and fair play, even if it's for that sense of belonging, it is mandatory for you to reflect federal character in all that you do. Look, there are so many Igbo inventors. These are people you can harness.
Yes.
And all these boys that you see being showcased on Newsline, there is one young boy, many of them are Igbo. Young boys that are very innovative. One of them was that did what's this thing? This thing they use for security, drone. One of them that did drone has been picked by a firm in Finland.
Yeah,
and
he has traveled out, yes.
One boy, Chinedu Chika, that is using carton to do modeling all manner of things. These are all Igbo youth that you can encourage, and all they need is sense of belonging. Develop their industrial hub, give them infrastructure. Inewi is an industrial hub. Aba is an industrial hub. Unfortunately, Okigwe, then now Onitsha. So, but look, go to these places because they don't belong to the ruling party at the center. Their own project will be starved of fund. Even where they said federal government is doing XYZ there, when it is due for funding, they will say there is not enough fund, so just manage this little. So 10 years they have not completed, they will just say federal government is doing something there. But in the states that is favorable to them, they will look for the money to complete their project. So that's where the political will is not there. So let's have equity, justice, and fair play, not for the Igbos alone, but for every tribe, every ethnic group in Nigeria. That's how we can harness our unity in diversity.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Nigerian Tribune is our last paper for the day, and of course, Winifred.
Yes, Nigerian Tribune. Afenifere San back states over VAT battle with FIRS. Afenifere San, that is a senior advocate of Nigeria, back states over VAT battle with FIRS. That is Nigerian Tribune for you today.
Well, the rider is there as Lagos Assembly passes VAT anti-open grazing bill. This is one story, it's a developing story, and it has been a test for Nigeria's type of federalism.
Exactly. Ashwaj, let me commend our state governors for waking up. You see, sometimes it's good to be afflicted.
Are they really waking up? Just
No, they are just waking up.
2 or 3 out of 36.
No.
Kicking against it.
Okay, they're looking for who to bell the cat.
No, yes,
Okay.
that's it. You see, Lagos didn't bear the cat. Lagos waited for last weekend to go forward.
Lagos started it before. Remember,
Okay.
it's just like it didn't go when the vice president then was the
Attorney General. Okay, so they
They
dropped the
actually
battle.
started
They
it.
dropped
So they
the
forgot because they are in power
for
now.
political
Expediency.
reasons.
Yeah.
But you know, two things that are happening that I want us to take together in weighing in on this. This top story on top of the masthead of Nigerian Tribune, the issue about stamp duty that the states have also taken
all
the
the
federal
36
government.
states,
Because now this money you cannot be doing baladu with it all for yourself. We need a fair share. Now, the main story is
And even in Nigerian THISDAY,
Yes.
that we just read, and Adamawa and Kogi, they want to also do the same line.
Kogi said they are not interested before,
No,
but
it's on
maybe now they have woken up. The point is this: value added tax for so long, states have been shortchanged.
Yes, they have.
Do you know that all the trillions that have been collected, FRS will retain 4%?
Yes, they give them 4%. That's why they are fighting.
And you know,
For the money.
meanwhile, it's not only the money, or even this stamp duty.
Did you see the budget the chairman of FRS gave to his own personal budget? Or he's going to spend.
I didn't see
So it's
that.
enough for you to be fighting.
No, that's not the only fight they are
That's
having.
what
Do you know that over this stamp duty, they've been at loggerhead with die post over who should collect stamp duty?
And the Nigerian Governors Forum has actually taken the federal government to court.
To court. It's good that they have taken them to court over this stamp duty, because all these 50-50 kobo they are deducting from us, or is it 5 naira they are deducting for stamp duty?
Bank transactions.
Imagine what it comes to. Millions of bank customers, on every transaction you are being made to pay 15 naira stamp duty. That is every day the federal government is raking in billions in that. And unfortunately, federal government is not remitting all the funds. FRS has become another kalu like NDDC. You recall that the reason why the former chairman of FRS was removed was over corruption allegations, even though he has not been charged to court. But you know, the controversy surrounding his removal, what is his name? To the Fowler.
And the employment.
The illegal, irregular employment he did. But the top of the story was his own corruption allegation against him. And how will you be sitting on trillions and not be corrupt? That's why you say everybody wants to go. If you know where the children of elites are being made to work, is CBN, FRS, NCC, NPA. Those are the places where you don't get Security and Exchange Commission because of this kind of largesse.
Yes.
Imagine operating cost 4%. Even get 1% of 2 trillion. They are getting 2.5 trillion in 6 months was gotten for VAT. 2.6 trillion in 5 months. Just imagine, work out the 4%. So, and on this stamp duty, they will collect from banks, they will not remit to federation account. And look at what I want to even side with this VAT is the acute injustice against the state. The states that lays the golden egg are being shorted. How can Lagos, you got 49 billion? Is it 49 billion from Lagos? 59 or 49 billion. And you gave them 9 billion. And you said that's equity and
Kano was said to
Kano collect 2.8 billion and got 2.8 billion. That is injustice. Meanwhile, Kano Isba will not allow alcohol. Meanwhile, they are collecting VAT from alcohol in Lagos, and you are.
Even all the certain states, like my state, those states, we consume alcohol.
You know,
You see the ranking. I saw
at
the
times
graph.
when people say we
I
are
saw
not
the graph.
a serious people, I want to get angry naturally. But when you look at some things happening in Nigeria, you can't agree less that we are actually
There's
unserious
injustice.
people.
The problem is injustice, just like
It's injustice of the highest order. How could you justify that? You collected how much from rivers in a month? You gave them 4 billion. When you collected
About
over
14 billion also.
14 billion or so. So on what basis? So they are suffering environmental degradation. They are suffering all manner of stuff. And you know what I've also learned is that with this VAT, if states are collecting VAT, they will be able to collect more because of the closeness to the people.
Exactly.
The federal government collecting VAT has never been accurate because they are not able to adequately monitor, the collection process. And it is believed that this may be solution to some states that are having IGR problems.
Do you know that even with the 4% percent that the FRS, most of its officials are still also doing this kickback thing. I know many.
Of course, are you telling me all these sharp practices about getting tax exemption certificate? There are many of them are tax consultants.
So state government, just like you said, will be able to even collect it better.
Exactly, states will be able to collect their own better, but then accountability and transparency by even the states themselves, because many of the states, see, you can shout from now till tomorrow. Federal budget is on the internet. Go and see how many state budget is on the internet. How many state budgets beyond the state assembly member who will get a photocopy to do their whatever passage? The moment they pass, that's the last they will see of that budget. It's never anywhere. So the governor operates the budget at his whims and caprices, and it's not ideal that as states get more money, I hope they will be able to deliver on their campaign promises of improving the welfare and well-being of their citizens. Because much as I'm in support of this VAT, state collecting VAT, it's not there it's not on the exclusive legislative list. That's why you see is taxation is on concurrent legislative list. That's why you see states having state internal revenue board. Just like federal government have federal inland revenue service, state have internal revenue board, so they are also at liberty to collect certain taxes like personal income tax, like other ground rent and some other levies like that. So I saw a memo where they are now asking the federal government, National Assembly, to put VAT on
No, they were trying to be smart. You know, the case has been in court since last year.
Okay, I didn't know.
We get to the case to the court. So they wanted to surreptitiously smuggle it now because they know true that they have been operating illegally. Because it's not on exclusive list. You know what is on the exclusive list under presidency?
Everybody knows. I have a copy of the constitution.
So they just wanted to be smart by quickly writing. It's not done that way because anything altercation in the constitution.
You have to two-thirds of the state must approve before it can be altered. So that's why, and I like the way judiciary has done its work. You know, FRS wants stay of execution.
Yes.
The court said no, we cannot tie the hands of the court. You go to the court of appeal. And it's good. You know what happened with the election, the litigations and the cautioning by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, asking those judges that have given conflicting orders, summoning them, is part of the reason why the Court of Appeal have refused to give restraining order for stay of execution. He said, look, we'll look at this case on its merit. Meanwhile, River State is at liberty to, and you can see how Lagos quickly rushed through the passage of his own bill. That on Monday they have public hearing, Tuesday they've done the whole thing. Data package was less than 1 week.
Our reporter actually in his report described it as unprecedented.
The pace of all this. Exactly. You see,
well, it doesn't matter if at all they pass through all legislative.
No, they were just taking the box
because no public hearing.
No, they just did everything to just kind of tick the box. But if only they can quickly respond to issue of insecurity, to issue of
Like
unemployment,
this.
like issue of poverty, like this, it will have been okay.
Mm,
But
yeah.
situations where when it concerns them and the largest they will get, they run quickly, fastly, and when it concerns ordinary people like you and I, they take their time weighing and considering so many factors, most of them political.
Sorry, just for something to check about anyway. The CJN's intervention is actually yielding results because Secondus had approached High Court to have a stay of execution to as president and
As chairman of PDP.
and the judge declined.
You want to get me into trouble again.
Exactly.
So it's good that
it's on THISDAY.
CJN, Nigeria Judicial Council, waking up has done us a word of will.
Yes.
Let this VAT battle, let it be fought to its logical conclusion. I'm 100% in support of the state, collecting their own VAT. At least that will help many states to shore up their IGR. And whatever is due to federal government, at least because the federal government is the one collecting royalty, solid mineral licensing, and so many more that is collecting. Stamp duty is still the one collecting the stamp duty, and so many trillion
And
is
FCT too.
All right,
There's so
Jide,
much for
many thanks to you
It's a
for
pleasure.
taking time
Always a
to
pleasure.
be with us on Inside Nigeria for the second time in a week. And we hope to see you again next week, Wednesday, unfailingly, God's willing.
God willing,
All right.
God spending our lives and giving us good health.
Amen. Jide Ojo is an Abuja-based public affairs analyst and a syndicated columnist. Winifred, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go so soon. Thank you so much.
Winifred is my co-analyst now.
I mean,
All right, to you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Viewers, we'll return next week, Monday, for another edition of Inside Nigeria. My name is Bode Badibo. Bye for now.